There are no quick wins in estate agency marketing. Today I'm joined by Kirsty Franks, who is Head of Marketing for the Property Franchise Group, ex-Head of Marketing for Lomond, and also runs her own agency, helping other estate agents around the UK, big and small, with their marketing as well. So you see it from the top, the middle and the bottom. One of the biggest things about marketing is that people want quick wins. Why are there no such things as quick wins in estate agency marketing? Talk to me.
Yeah, and of course, everyone wants a quick win. How do we turn on lead generation to get more leads in quickly? Of course, that's what everybody's looking for, that golden nugget.
Yeah, it's July or it's November. We're running out. Turn that tap on.
Turn the tap on, exactly. But the challenge is, and we may get a phone call from someone saying, leads are down. Can we turn on PPC? Can we turn on Google Ads? Well, yeah, you could, yes. But actually, that's not going to get you the results that you want, because if you're just running advertising campaigns without being clear on your messaging, what you're saying, why you're saying it, who you're trying to talk to, then your advertising campaigns are not going to get the same return. But then imagine that you do attract people through these pay-per-click adverts. You direct them to the website that hasn't got the relevant, engaging content on, so they're not going to stay on your website. You're not going to convert them. Imagine that you do convert them, but then you're not conversing with them or engaging with them through additional email marketing, through your social media. It all marries together. It's all interlinked.
Do you think most estate agents are just concerned about the top of the funnel and there's no such thing as it, right, I want a vow, bang, I'll get some listings next week?
Yeah, exactly. But that's not going to give you the strong return on investment, because you're basically buying a whole load of eyeballs to go to your website that are not going to convert at the same rate as if you had a real solid marketing strategy that gets people at different points within that funnel.
So we need compelling pay-per-clicks or Google AdWords if we're going down the direct route,
sure.
the sales marketing as opposed to the brand marketing approach. But then where people go wrong is that when they land on the landing page, it isn't a landing page. It could just, the amount of times I've clicked on one of those
just
adverts,
a homepage.
it's a homepage.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so we need to take them through to a page which basically enables them to convert.
Exactly.
Next, so that's almost, if they've got business to give, we can put the email address and the mobile number in. If they haven't, we need to give them a reason to keep coming back to the website, which is great content on the website.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we need to then nurture them. So you can't just turn the tap on, can you?
It isn't a quick win. And I know this is a controversial
No, it isn't.
opinion.
I bang on about it all the time.
Yeah.
The shortcut is the long game.
Exactly. It's about having a plan and delivering it consistently so that you communicate in all different ways at different times through different marketing channels. Imagine that you have got absolutely no presence on social media. You've attracted somebody through a pay-per-click campaign. They've gone to your Facebook to see what you're all about, to get that trust piece, to make sure you are who you say you are, and there's nothing there.
Oh,
You've lost them. You've wasted your money.
Listing, testimonial, right mid pie chart. Don't even go there. Oh.
We're on the same page, Chris.
So, the shortcut is the long game. I'm a huge fan of brand marketing as opposed to sales marketing. Could you, in language that estate agents could understand, talk about the difference between sales marketing and brand marketing?
Sales marketing will be all about selling yourselves as an organization. We do this. We're the number one in the area. This is what we offer, etc., etc. It's very inward looking. You're talking about yourself. Brand marketing is really talking about your customers, what they want and how you can deliver what they want to solve their problems.
The problem with brand marketing is, though, it's not very measurable, is it?
For me, marketing is all measurable.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to want to do some brand awareness activities.
But there's a difference between brand awareness and brand marketing.
Sure. But I think, you should be measuring every aspect of your marketing. And if you don't have the tools in place to do that at the minute, you should definitely look at how you can do that.
But some things in life can't be measured.
Perception.
Yeah, I mean, it's the I always like to use the line of it is, do you measure the love of your other half in a number each day? You can't measure these sort of things in a metric.
Yeah, I mean, they've stayed with you, so you can measure retention.
Okay, but I'm a massive fan of giving great content out to build up know, like, and trust. And I think, but sometimes you can't measure that until 2 years, 3 years hence, where someone naturally turns up and says, "I want to do business with you."
But you've got to think why you're doing the content. So there's got to be a purpose behind every piece of marketing that you're doing.
Don't disagree with you on that.
So with the content that you're putting out there, would you not be measuring, the views that you're getting on this content? Then you're measuring the traffic that you're getting through to the website. Then you're seeing if there's any action being taken on the website. So you're measuring that. So I think don't do marketing for marketing's sake. Make sure that every piece of activity that you're doing has got an objective and a goal behind it so that you can then measure that.
But like I said, some things in life can't be measured. You just have to believe in the process.
Agreed, but I think most
okay,
things within marketing can certainly be measured.
Okay, so you've got one extreme, which is pay-per-click. You can measure that exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, there's stuff in the middle that you can measure, likes, engagement, comments, that sort of thing. But there are some things where you just have to trust the process.
Give me an example.
I can only talk about myself. I don't want to talk about myself, but I can only talk about myself. Why do you think I do these sofa chats?
Yeah, brand engagement.
Okay.
And
I mean, isn't it interesting? You've been following me for a number of years, but you still didn't know deliberately what I actually sold.
Mm.
And that's the thing is this. I sometimes believe that you just have to get your kicks. I get my dopamine hit by pressing publish, not by the likes or the comments or the business I get.
Yeah, but I think there's got to be a very small element of this within your marketing strategy, because for me, what we're trying to do from our marketing is grow the business. Yeah. Yes. So everything that we're doing, from PR to email marketing to print to 2020 campaigns to events to social media, all of this, every single element of that can be tracked and measured. Of course, there is an element around the woolliness of brand building. But if you're doing a good job on your brand building, all other elements of your marketing should be showing an increase.
I would agree that you can't just rely on one. And I think there's plenty of estate agents who are at one extreme, which is the pay-per-clicks. But, okay, you need a smorgasbord.
You do.
Okay. And some things are more measurable than others. But that is where you need a professional like you to come in and say, this has worked.
I mean, a great example around this is canvassing. So how many times have estate agents sent out 20,000 flyers to a certain postcode area, and they've done a great campaign with a great message around it, and their only way of measuring the success of that is, do we think the phones rang a little bit more after we've done that campaign? Now, in this digital world, that doesn't need to be the case.
Because you could have a separate telephone number, couldn't you?
Well, you'll have a QR code on there that will link through to your website. You will track every element of that. And of course, there'll be phone numbers, that, like you say, that's attached to it, QR codes that go through to a landing page on the website. There are traditional ways of marketing that still have a place in today's marketing strategy, but that we can still track and measure through the tools that we've now got at our disposal from a digital marketing perspective.
It's all very good tracking these things. It's what you do with that information.
Oh, totally. And if you're tracking it, then make sure you're using that data. Because it's about then measuring your return on investment. So you should be looking at your marketing to say, okay, where am I getting most of my leads from? Where am I getting these listings that I've got? What's the source of how I got that listing in the first place? Do more of what's working well and do less of what isn't working as well.
Coming back to the original premise of short-term, long-term, some of the brand building stuff, which is more at the woolly, fluffy end, takes years to come to fruition.
Of course it does.
So therefore, what would you say to people who know they need to do the brand fluffy stuff that is much harder to measure because it takes so much longer to come through the system?
And it's about making sure that you're constantly looking after and guarding your brand. And we'll come on to talk about what that means in the franchising world later. But for me, why would you not look after and hone your finest asset, which is your brand? Yes, we'll do loads of lead generation activity around it, but absolutely putting a focus on making sure that you're looking after and promoting that brand as much as possible can only be a good thing.
Well, maybe in the next video, we could talk about how to protect your brand and grow your brand as an estate agent.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time today,
Thanks,
Kirsty.
Chris.